Winner, noun, 2 syllables, one that wins. Yeah, we know all about that around here. It's on our clothes. It's on our buildings. It's in our trophy cases. It's in our blood. Winner. Sure, it has a plural form, but not tonight. Tonight, there's only one. Tonight, there's nothing that gets held back, because tonight is personal. New chapter, old chapter. It doesn't matter, because the story is always the same. 4 quarters, 48 minutes, 1 winner, and 1 whole year of supremacy. Because in the city without limits, the rivalry knows no bounds. It's Valdosta versus Lowndes. It's the Winnersville Classic. It's football Friday night.
Our thanks to one of the heroes of Winnersville, Mr. Buck Bellew, for voicing our intro. Who would be the hero tonight at the Concrete Palace? Valdosta State leads this series through 60 playings, the Valdosta Wildcats lead this series 36-24 all time. Valdosta knows all about what's happened the last 5. Their rivals in crimson, the Lowndes Vikings, have won 5 straight in this series. But could it change tonight with these 2 region rivals once more, a playoff implication game on top of bragging rights and a trophy? Welcome into your Football Friday night. My name is Ryan Kelly, the sports director here at WCTV. A fantastic one at the Concrete Palace tonight. Hope you liked defense. But you know what? Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to the thing. Out in Martin Stadium, that's where our own Dominic Miranda is standing by. He was there from whistle to whistle, kickoff to that final clock hitting 0. Dom, fascinating game tonight, and like I said, a defensive slugfest.
My goodness, Ryan. Both teams brought it. The Winnersville Classic 2022 edition. Like you said, I hope you like defense. 2 7A top 10 teams in the state of Georgia. A rivalry game, a region game, an incredible environment. There was not an empty seat in the house, but Valdosta's stellar defense came to play and ultimately was the decider. The Wildcats snapping the streak 13-6, improving to 7-0.
What an environment at the Concrete Palace tonight. Not an empty seat in the house. Loudest high school football game I can remember. And the Vikings started hot. Valdosta's first offensive possession, Mekhi Crawford sacked lunch. Balls out, Amarion Whitlock recovers, and 1st and goal for Lowndes just like that. Wildcats front 7 is lethal though. Lowndes held to a chip shot field goal. They draw first blood 3-0. The Cats answer right back with a great drive. Rolling out here, hitting his favorite target, Jalen Whitehead. He secures it, gets upfield for a huge gain. Valdosta is knocking. Big 3rd down right here. Todd Robinson calls his own number from 19 yards out. Yes, sir. Touchdown Cats. They go on top 6-3 after a failed 2-point try. Never fear though. Check this out. VHS forces a punt. Ahmad Denson says, I got this. He could go all the way. Touchdown Cats. A 1-play, 80-yard drive, making it look easy. It's 13-3. Valdosta leads. The Lowndes had a response of its own, courtesy of Jakari Fleming. What a burst from this kid. He gets to the outside, stiff arm. His nickname is Smoke for a reason. Vikings knocking. Again, though, the Wildcat defense hangs tough, holds Lowndes to a field goal 35 yards out to start the 2nd quarter. It's good. We go into the locker room 13-6. Haymakers all night. But Valdosta indeed gets it done behind stellar defense, and the Wildcats snap the streak.
Yes, indeed they do, Dom. 13-6, your final score. No need for second half highlights when the score stays the same. An absolutely immense victory for Shelton Felton and the Wildcats. They stay perfect on the season. They get another win in region play. This certainly looked like a battle of 2 teams that were in the top 10 of their classification. Want to bring back Dominic Miranda now. Dom, you got a chance to see, or excuse me, never mind. We've lost Dominic Miranda, but did want to say, listen, a stellar performance. Another fantastic Winnersville Classic. But it was not just fantastic in the city without limits. Oh no, South Georgia kind of got the invitation that, you know, this was a busy night in football. But you know, the Big Bend, they were like, let's play on. Why not? Plenty of Florida games after this. Welcome back to your Football Friday night. The Winnersville Classic, fantastic, but not a whole lot of South Georgia action this week overall. We got a couple games to get to, but the Big Bend chock full of action. And let's go ahead and start with one of the more intriguing matchups down at J.D. Jones Stadium. Wakulla War Eagles hosting St. John Paul II. Late first quarter, no score. That's not going to sit very well with Mr. Bradley Kelly. Or excuse me, this is Munroe and Florida High. Not sure why that's up there, but you know what? We'll just keep on rolling. It was the Noles. I feel so bad for the Noles. It seems like every week the script ends up wrong, so we can't get it. But here's the Bobcats. Yeah, struggle to get things going on offense, and that happens when you hear the footsteps of the Noles all the time. There goes the Garnet and Gold 4-6 yet again. Things going super well for them. Yeah, this was a great game for FSUS. Take a look at your final score, 42-7. Let's keep going now. Here's St. John Paul II and Wakulla, J.D. Jones Stadium. That's where the War Eagles were trying to go to 6-1. JP2 trying to stay undefeated. Late first quarter, no score. Doesn't sit well with Bradley Kelly. Gets the ball, finds the end zone. 7-0 for the home team at the drop of a hat. Could the Panthers answer? Well, let's just say early on they weren't able to, because this doesn't help. When you put the ball on the ground, Marquez Johnson falls on it. The War Eagles right back in business. They capitalize. Here comes Hayden Cleese. Listen, at this point, if you don't know who he's throwing to, I got a problem with you. Samron Brinson, of course, with the layout. Diving grab for 6. They add a 2-point conversion to make it 15-0. But this one became a great game. JP2 stormed back, but Wakulla able to hold them off 39-36. Lincoln and Leon now. Gene Cox, Crosstown Lions and Trojans. Of course, lots is always made around the streak that surrounds the Trojans, green and gold. It was a second quarter after a scoreless first. Trojans in the red zone handed the ball off. David Hogan on the reverse, crisscrosses his way into the end zone. 4-6, 6-0 Trojans. There you see LHS wearing the breast cancer awareness pink on their numbers. Next possession, Leon hoping to answer. Quarterback Kemp Peoples gonna unload a bomb to Michael Myrick, who escapes the defender, goes to the end zone, and Leon's made this a game. They lead 7-6, but the lead doesn't hold for long because that Trojans offense explodes. 13-7, time winding down. Trojans cha-cha slide reverse. Derek Thompson walks into the end zone. Leon, lots of credit for you tonight. You gave up a huge fight, but it is Lincoln who wins 48-21. South Georgia now, Donald Tyson Stadium in Clinch County. Panthers trying to go 25-0 all time against Lanier. Panthers move the ball consistently on the ground, in the air. 40-yard touchdown late in the first quarter. Second quarter, no different. How about this? Moving. Back in the zone. The game's biggest play, however, comes from Eddie Smith. He runs over 50 yards to complete the touchdown. Air mail special. Yes, sir. Goodbye. Take a look at your final. 35-0. Clinch keeps on rolling. Carver and Thomasville, homecoming night in T-ville. They look to make it 3 straight against Carver. Late first quarter, Cameron Hill airs one deep. It's going to be picked off by the Tigers, but the drive would stall later in the second quarter. The Tigers got a nice drive going. Novell Dean looks to air one downfield to find his man behind Bulldog coverage. He's tackled in the red zone, but you know what? This one was a dogfight, but Thomasville pulled it out. Take a look at your final score, 15-14. Let's keep on going. Aucilla Christian hosting their rivals from Rocky Bayou. And listen, Josh Agner, look at this kid. Bouncing outside, making it look easy. The Warriors' run game is just so stinking good. Going to set them up in plus territory, and it's going to go to, of course, who else? Jace, unconditional surrender Grant would put in the score. Aucilla was down. They charged back 35-28. Happy homecoming to the Warriors. All right, let's keep things going. Madison County has played a brutal schedule up to this point in this season. They would try to maybe spring off an upset tonight, but of course, a really tough Clearwater Academy International in their way. Boot Hill was just a rockin', though, homecoming for them as well. But first play from scrimmage for the Knights. Big hole running all the way, and the Knights are knocking on the door in the red zone, but they would score, go for 2 and get it. It was 8-0 Clearwater. They'd kick an onside kick and get it. But the Cowboys defense, the Boot Hill Bullies, bowing up, saying, nah, you're not getting in this end zone again. No, sir. Nice tackle there. They would have to settle for a field goal, 11-0. And here's another nice return from Madison County. Could they answer? No, tripped up. It was just kind of that night for the boys. Take a look at your final score. Madison falls to Clearwater International, 39-28. to 20. Thomas County Central looking to stay undefeated. Tift County's looking for their second win of the year. Ricky Fulton finds his way into the end zone. TCC up 7-0. It was actually kind of a slow start for the Jackets, at least by their very, very lofty standards. TCC tries to get something going, but this one's going to be picked off by the safety. Tift would get things squared away at 7 apiece, but TCC opens it back up. They win big tonight, 42-7. Your final score on the road in Tifton. All right, Godby with the rare home game. Jesse Forbes Field, that's where we would play the Cougars and Booker T. Washington out of Pensacola. Cougars down 34-12 as the second half gets underway. Godby special teams gets a big one. Amari Jones making a tackle in the end zone. Yeah, call it 2 points. It's a safety. The Cougars get some momentum out of the break. After Godby scores a touchdown, they make it 34-20. The Wildcats strike back real quick. That one's going to the end zone. Take a look at your final score. Godby falls tonight, 66-34. Keeping things moving, the Berrien Rebels. When are you going to learn not to kick to these guys? Come on, Jamon Robinson. They try to keep it away from Josiah Davis, but Robinson says, yeah, no, don't kick to me either. 65 yards to the crib. Touchdown, Berrien Rebels. The Panthers, however, would answer right back after that. On the move, on the prowl, I guess you could say, as the Panthers. Cameron Evans rolling to his right, gonna find Brandon Pope. Nice little ball over the defender there. 60 yards, we have ourselves a tie ball game. This was a classic in Americas, but Berrien pulls it out. Take a look at your final score in this one, 38-36. Let's stay in South Georgia, shall we? We haven't gotten a lot of the Brookwood Warriors this year, but hosting Deerfield-Windsor in Thomasville. And if you want to make your coach mad, don't do this. Opening kickoff, Knights boom it, and a Ronelli fumble on the play. Knights recover the ball deep in Warrior territory, and it was a few plays later that they'd get in the end zone for 6. A quarterback sneak. Deerfield draws first blood in the first quarter. Warriors trailing 15-0. Knights still running the ball. Isaiah Hill gonna punch it out from behind. Fumble. Warriors recover. That is the momentum break that they would need, because here comes Raj Waldrop. He's gonna find Grant Gatson upfield. God, he throws a pretty ball. Has some daylight, but he's knocked out at the 1. Next play, TJ Thomas gets it done. Warriors get the dub tonight. Congrats to Coach Boggs and the boys. Take a look at your final, 39-29. All right, taking a look at the big board, just wanted to tell you first and foremost, Childs, NFC, McClay, we're really sorry we couldn't get to those games tonight. Just didn't have enough shooters to go around. But as you can see, overall, a pretty good night. Unfortunately, however, McClay falls to Chipley, 19-14. I know that's one of the few scores we were missing on our board. Florida State volleyball, big win tonight over Duke, 3-0 sweep. Lafayette loses a heartbreaker. Gadsden won the Soul Bowl last night. That should be, yeah, Franklin County loses to Cottondale. Taylor County, big winners tonight. Shout out to Jennifer for that score. Hey, don't go away. Plays of the week coming up after this. Welcome back to Football Friday Night. Before we get to Plays of the Week, Bainbridge fans, calm down. We hear you. We got like 4 phone calls as soon as we went off the air to break. 59-7, Bearcats is your final score for that game. Nice win for Coach and the squad. Play of the Week time. Let's get right to it, and let's get right to Jefferson County. That's where Travis Keaton on Monday night against FAMU DRS swiped and swooped all the way to the his-a. Yeah, gang tackle, forget about it. Touchdown. Jeffco gets their first win of the season over the Baby Rattlers. That happened on Monday night. Speaking of non-Friday night football, how about Shantaris Thomas to Nasir Williams to close the half? Go up 21-3 for the Gadsden County Jaguars over their rivals from Rickards. They win the Soul Bowl last night in an upset. And then, of course, Cleese, Brinson, diving catch. It doesn't matter how it happens. This hookup always ends up with a winner. Vote for your favorite tonight. That poll will be on our Twitter page at WCTV Sports. Speaking of polls on our Twitter page, first of all, Early County, we heard you. You're on the Game of the Week poll. You want to get our camera there? We got you. You're hosting the Brooks County Trojans. Madison County is headed to Paul Langford to play Swanee. Rickards and Lincoln back here in Tallahassee. Vote for your favorite at WCTV Sports. By the way, no Play of the Week winner from this last week, because we already showed you the winner last week. That was Samuel Brown at Thomas County Central with his Superman lead. Hey, busy day in college football tomorrow. Busy night here. Thanks to the crew for getting everything done tonight. Go Noles, go Rattlers, go Blazers. We will see you tomorrow in Raleigh, North Carolina. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great night.